Hello and welcome to Reykjavík Grapevine's Newscast. My name is Valur Grettisson and I'm an editor-in-chief at Reykjavík Grapevine. With me, of course, is Polly. She's Chief of Morale Officer and she's doing a damn good job, especially at these hard times. Well, it's not that hard actually, it's nice weather. Like you can see, it's absolutely breathtaking view here. It's also like end of October. And you can see just how low the sun is, of course. It's getting lower and lower and it's noon right now. So this is the highest it can get. We also go a little bit into that because we're going to talk about Halloween in Iceland and kind of like the origin. We've been doing this for hundreds of years, for centuries. Of course, not the Halloween, but Halloween is based on like a few pagan festivals. I just want to tell you also in the beginning, of course, to remember our newsletters. You can still sign up for the quiz. If you saw the last episode, I had this question: what does lög mean? Is it flames, songs, layers, or laws? You can of course answer in the YouTube comments. But if you want to win this, that is, for example, this is opal. Very Icelandic, the most Icelandic thing I ever know about. This is like licorice kind of candy. I love this, I grew up with this, and this is part of what is in like this candy box that we are giving away in this quiz. We also have like a mix of all kinds of Icelandic candy. So, go down there, sign up for the newsletter, and you will. And if you know what the answer, you will perhaps win. You never know. So, on with the news. First of all, let's start with this. 96 cases of COVID were found yesterday. This is quite high, basically the highest for like 2 months, I think. We have three persons in critical care and 5 others are at the hospital. All in all, we have 900 people that are in what we call an outpatient center. It's like göngudeild in Icelandic. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same word. Could be basically people that they are even at home. The doctors and the nurses, they call them, and therefore they are like in connection, although they have the virus. Basically, epidemiologists say that we are close to being in exponential growth when it comes to COVID-19. This is obviously bad news. We were doing so fine. But last summer, we went quite high, and now we got that down again. 3 died last summer in that wave, which was huge but odd at the same time because we were, of course, more or less all vaccinated. But at the same time, I mean, there were much fewer serious things going on, like serious illness, and it was very different from other waves. But this seems to be repeating itself, like history tends to do, and this could mean also that the epidemiologist in Iceland, the chief one, Valur Grettisson, he might actually change the rules about how many people can be together, like the gathering ban, as well as the rules about the mask. Nothing has been like announced yet, but it's pretty obvious that something will happen. This is becoming more of a scare. Also, Icelanders are kind of just done with this, to be honest. That's perhaps part of the reason this is going up, is because we are perhaps not as awake about washing our hands and not going into parties. Like some of us are going to work with symptoms and so on, and we are kind of just trying to put this behind us. Of course, COVID is far from being done, and therefore this is creeping up on us once again. Also, because we're not doing so hot right now, Iceland is now a red country on European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control, or ECDC. Sounds like a band, right? ACDC, but this is ECDC. And these guys, they have a map, and Iceland is one of these countries that are like absolutely bloody red. And that means that Iceland is not a safe destination when it comes to COVID, in their opinion. Although we don't like feel this every day, I have to say, after we got vaccinated, this is very different. But still, I mean, it's obviously a lot of people are getting the virus. Many of them are children and often not vaccinated, because we don't vaccinate children under 12 years old. If you, just for your information, if you're perhaps like visiting in Iceland, you should actually check out in your home country the rules about this, if Iceland is red. And of course you can find all of the information about the situation at covid.is, a fantastic homepage, government homepage, and it will basically tell you everything that you need to hear about this. And then to the most Icelandic news ever. Hunters are concerned about the government banning them to hunt for ptarmigans this winter. I think it's ptarmigans. It's like you have this silent P here. I never understand the P rule when it comes to PT in English. It feels random, but I asked John, of course, Pearson, how the hell you should actually say that word. And he said ptarmigans. Everybody will understand you. So there you have it. John, it's John's fault if you don't understand me. But ptarmigans are, of course, beautiful birds, and they're all around in Iceland. And they are even in the city area, and Icelanders love to hunt them for several reasons. The biggest reason is because a lot of Icelanders have ptarmigans as Christmas, like traditional Christmas meal. It's like on the 24th of December, which is when we celebrate Christmas. Then many of us eat ptarmigans. We have done this a few times in my childhood, but nobody liked the meat, because the meat is like, it's tricky to actually cook this, and it's like, what can I say? It basically comes down to the sauce, and my mom, she was never quite good in the ptarmigans, so we never had that. We tried it a few times until basically the family said, just stop it, Mom, just do something else. So, but the thing is, the hunters are allowed to hunt around 20,000 birds, and there's a 3-year plan for this hunting, which the hunters fear that the government is about to change. And they see this as a betrayal for what they call an agreement between hunters and government. There are around 250,000 ptarmigans in Iceland, which is not that much actually. The population of the bird should be a little bit bigger. Hunters say that that their effect on the population of the ptarmigans is overstated, and referred to the 2003 when the population of the birds skyrocketed the year after they were hunting over 60,000 birds. This is like a question of balance, of course, when it comes to nature, and it's like Icelanders are hunters. I have to say that. We like to hunt, and we try to do this in a responsible way. In my opinion, we do this in a pretty responsible way. We are, of course, a small nation, thankfully. This means that we are not killing like hundreds of these birds, and there are strict rules about this. You have to pay a fee, and so on. And keep in mind, though, that we have like 70,000 weapons at home, like firearms, and they are almost all of them are hunting rifles. So Icelanders, they like to hunt. Although this has been changing, perhaps with my generation, of course, we have bonus and supermarkets, so it is what it is. But I actually feel for the hunters. These guys are pretty responsible. They are pretty smart in what they do, and there is never a scandal about Icelandic hunters. It's very, very seldom, and also the community is very is very tight, and they actually keep each other in check. So it's interesting. So let's hope that for the people that are relying on these hunters for their Christmas meal, because you can't really buy this in the supermarket, that the hunters will at least be allowed to hunt a few ones. But what I want to tell you, and the reason I'm here actually, is because I want to talk about Halloween with you. Halloween, of course, is the festival of Samhain among the Celts of ancient Britain and Ireland. It's a very, very old costume and very pagan one. And like the holiday quickly found its root in the Nordic countries, and it's even like they're not sure like if like the Samhain festival was like originated from these Nordic cultures or the other way around. I'm not sure how that works actually. But the holiday quickly found its roots in the old pagan customs, originated in the Nordic countries. In Sweden, for example, they have Dísablót. And I love the English translation for this. It's the festival of the Valkyries. It sounds much more dramatic than Dísablót. And in Iceland we have winter nights, or veturnætur, which was one of the most popular times to get married, like in the 12 and 13 and 1400s. Veturnætur in Iceland was primarily a celebration of the upcoming dark winter. Like you can see, it's always like it's getting darker and darker by every day, and it turns actually quite quickly. The holiday revolved around farmers. I wrote it joyously slaughtering the sheep. That's just for the aesthetic of it. But we were basically using this to, slaughtering sheep and get ready for the dark winter. And afterwards, what we know that they did in this festival is that they kind of just drunk themselves until they couldn't speak, basically. That's like, we can't find many other ways how they were doing this. The Harvest Festival is often mentioned in the Icelandic sagas, and it appears to have been just basically a roll-licking, drinking celebration. Beyond that, it's a bit unclear what people are up to. One clan from the sagas is said to have played some kind of ball game as a part of the festivity. We had a few ones. We had like something very similar to ice hockey. We also have, and don't worry about the disc. I've actually been throwing for her before, and I will throw for her afterwards. She just can't have enough. And others believe that the owls and the dead would wander around at veturnætur. But nowadays that belief is like associated with the night of the beginning of January called the 13th. This is when we have like bonfires. Grýla, the mother of the troll mother of the Yule lads, is going around, and the elves are like moving around to other elf palaces, if you will. Spooky spirits, unfortunately, after the Nordic countries became like Christian, boring perhaps, veturnætur turned into what we call All Saints' Day. In Icelandic, this is actually pretty funny. It's allra heilaga messa. It's a ridiculous word, even in Icelandic. And this, which eventually became Halloween. Veturnætur, or winter nights, it still has some cultural roots in Iceland. Some farmers believe it's bad luck to slaughter sheep in October or late in winter. And actually the northern pagan faith, Ásatrú, they still celebrate this day. And you can see it here. This is why we actually came here. It's like, this is their headquarters. They're still building it. They've been building this for years. The reason they're not doing it faster is because they want to have the money. They don't want to take loans to do it. They don't like to owe anyone anything. And these people are absolutely brilliant. They like celebrate the holiday in Iceland every year, and practitioners have been doing so for like years now. But of course, the rest of us just get drunk at the time. It's not that. This is not that much of a festival. Halloween, of course, is a very American thing, and we kind of celebrated this only like 10 years ago. It's not much longer since. I never did this when I was a kid, and my kids, they started doing this, when like after 2010, and then it became quite big and quite fun. And for example, Iceland, like there is no like. There is not much planned around this, but often, like in my neighborhood, the parents go out and they put, of course, the pumpkins out, And we also like decorate this garden. We call it like the secret garden. It's literally called that actually. And then we like make it spooky and with sounds and lights and whatnot. And the kids basically just play there and then they come later home in the night with all the candy, which of course us, the parents, eat. Or what? Anyways, this is it for the newscast. I have to throw more for Polly. She is not done, as you can see. She's like a fox, like, what are you doing? Remember our newsletter, of course, and our question, what does lög means? Yeah, I have to show you. You can see the Keilir from here. Actually, a nice spot here. You see Keilir. This is where the seismic activity was going on. There is not much going on right now, but we will go a little bit over the volcano when we have more time, which will basically be a week after next week. So, until next time, enjoy Halloween, and thanks for watching. Of course, and like and subscribe. Yeah, Polly.